leading the nation in school communications, award-winning D93 News starts now.
Hello and welcome to D93 News, presented by Farm Bureau, Bonneville County. April 30th, 1975. That was the end date for the Vietnam War.
An Idaho Falls man served 4 tours in Vietnam. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the Silver Star for Valor, 5 Bronze Stars, 5 Air Medals, 4 Army Commendation Medals, 6 Purple Hearts, and other service awards. Well decorated, and that's an understatement. Now, we caught up with him during a recent visit to Rocky Mountain Middle School.
Some of them should have a good question.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, Eliza?
What inspired you to join the Army?
Why did I join the Army? I joined the Army because of Vietnam, and as a young man, I thought the war was going to pass me by.
I think kids learn history best when they see it first person. And this gentleman was there. He fought in a little-known part of the Vietnam War. I don't even think it was declassified for 20 or 30 years after he did it. And anytime you can get a veteran to come in, the kids love it. It's just fascinating stuff.
Classified top secret missions that were conducted in Laos, Cambodia, and North Vietnam.
I hope they learn that history's a living thing, that there are people alive right now that they can talk to that can give them perspectives on the past and maybe make them realize history isn't just stuff you read about in a book and answer some questions.
Well, I hope to educate them on Vietnam, and I want to also ensure that patriotism is spoken so that the younger generation can hear the truth about the military and what we have to offer and what I've done in the past to get where I am. Well, that's great. That's what I'm here for, is to show them the other side of the coin that a lot of times are not shown. So if they see both sides, as young people, they'll be able to make some decisions on their own on what is and what is not.
Les is the author of the book Secret Soldier in the Second Army. So cool.
It's very cool. Well, there could be some changes to school lunch in the coming years. KIFI's Kaylee Galaviz has been looking into this for us and has more from the D93 warehouse.
The USDA sets the standard for what foods can be provided in school meals. Earlier this month, they announced some big potential changes to focus on lowering high sugar and sodium intake.
Sodium has been a hot topic since 10.
If approved, these changes could take effect as soon as fall 2024, starting with offering more whole grains with the occasional option of enriched and non-whole grain products. They are also considering limiting yogurt, cereals, and flavored milk options to avoid high sugar intake. The changes could also lower sodium by a total of 30% by 2029. All of these changes won't happen right away. They are taking a more gradual approach, possibly to avoid supply chain issues.
For us right now, the changes are kind of daunting because the supply chain is not consistent yet. We still are not back to pre-COVID where we would get regular orders and our supplies would come in on time or come in at all. Some of our products right now, we have a 14-week order time, and so it's not consistent for us. So it makes us really nervous that USDA is going to impose these changes and the industry is not ready for it. And we've had so many manufacturers pull out of school nutrition. So the number of resources that we used to have really dwindled.
Some more problems to be considered: the shock value and funding.
It's healthier, there's no doubt about it, but it's unfamiliar to some of our children because nowhere else are they eating their meals with such low sodium and low fat. And so, yes, we want to be the front runners. We want to be the ones that are, proud to serve these healthy meals. But I think there needs to be a balance where it isn't such a shock at school. The other problem that I see coming on is if they don't put the funding behind the regulations. Because we get $4 to produce a meal and pay our employees. So right now it's like just under $2 that we have to spend on food. And if you've been to the grocery store, that's really difficult.
Reporting in Idaho Falls, I'm Kaylee Galaviz.
EIRMC is a great community partner of D93 News, and they have been giving us helpful information in our family newsletter and in videos right here on D93 News.
Now, I love these videos. This week, Bailey has tips for helping your inattentive and disorganized child.
Hi, I'm Bailey, occupational therapist with EIRMC Pediatric Therapies. And today I wanted to share my 5 quick tips for helping your inattentive and disorganized child. Tip number 1, use visual aids. These are things like to-do lists, checklists, timers, things like that. Tip number 2 is give step-by-step instructions and have your child repeat them back to you. Better if you can make sure that you're having really good face contact or eye contact. 3, make sure that you have a consistent daily routine. 4, during work times, make sure that you're minimizing distractions. So during homework, we're turning off the TV and the radio and we are clearing that workspace of distractions. And tip number 5, help them learn healthy coping skills to manage extra energy, whether that's walking a pet, going for a run, riding a bike, playing sports. If you have concerns about your child's ability to self-regulate, please make sure you bring it to the attention of their pediatrician and request a referral to EIRMC Pediatric Therapies.
Good tips right there, not just for kids, but a lot of those tips would work for grown-ups. Organization is kind of important.
It sure is. I find that the more job responsibilities I have, the less organized I become and get a little more flustered. And so great tips there to try to get organized, to get things done properly.
Yeah, good stuff right there. Next week, we're going to have a cool story about a dinosaur project, the state dinosaur. Kids up in Yukon, they are
And what's the name of it, Philip?
That's a secret. We got to keep it. It's a surprise. You'll find out next week. And then we were over at Thunder Ridge. They're doing a cool story, economic story. So we'll have a couple of great stories next week on D93 News. But for now, that's going to do it for us.
We'll see you next time on D93 News.